everybody. Deborah Lynn here in the studio. I was just filming and then for some reason it turned off, so my hands are a little bit messy. I'm gonna do this one more time, okay? I'm gonna talk to you about what's gonna happen here today. I'm gonna be talking to you about watercolor on canvas. I found some canvases at my local Hobby Lobby. You can find that Hobby Lobby in the United States. And they have these regular canvas panels, and then they also have watercolor canvas panels. The watercolor canvas panels you can just start painting, which is nice. Then there's the regular canvas panels that you have to treat because they're not ready for painting on it. So you're gonna have to treat it with watercolor ground. So I already painted a bunch of these in watercolor ground, okay? The thicker you put the ground on, the more texture you're gonna get on your board, whereas this one I can kind of see the brush lines and I don't really like it, but it might be okay in the painting, who knows, we'll see. But I haven't used the ground on the canvas yet, and I'm gonna do that on camera with you, okay? So these are already pre-treated. They take 24 to 48 hours for this stuff to dry. And this stuff is really stinky when you open it. It's gonna knock you off your feet. Well, maybe not that bad, but you get the idea. It doesn't smell good. Anyway, so I just put a light coat on. I was filming this and then the camera shut off for whatever reason. And then I'm gonna redo it. So I'm just gonna put another real light coat on this. And I use a sponge applicator and I just go in and I just lightly, like I said, I already have a layer on here, so I'm not gonna put more on. I'm just gonna show you what I do. And this sponge applicator, I get it all wet before I start, and then I squeeze it all out so it's just damp. So that it's not so hard and rigid, that it's got some pliability to it. And then I just dip in and then put it on, okay? I do that the whole thing, and then I put it somewhere where nothing's gonna sit on top of it. You wouldn't want your cap to sit on top of that, like there's like a little speck of something that went down on there already. Maybe it came off the brush. And gosh, there's another something. So sorry, there's so many noises. It's Saturday, people are, you know, working outside with motors and stuff, and then there's lightning in the area, so the golf course has got their sirens going off. So you're gonna hear maybe some background noises going on. So that's all. I've pre-treated all this, okay? Now this just have to sit and dry. I could let it dry for about an hour or so and then go ahead and put another coat on it, and then maybe another coat, depending on how much you want it to have some absorbency to it. So this is gonna be put to the side. Let me put that over here and close the stinky stuff up. And let me just go put this in the sink so it doesn't get hard. Okay, now for the fun, right? Okay, so we went over the canvases. We got watercolor canvas, and we have a regular canvas. You can paint on the regular canvas, but there'll be a drag to it, and it won't have as much. I don't know. It's different. But then again, I haven't tried it with the watercolor ground on it. So this will be an experience that I'm going to do on camera with you. And also, please forgive me. One side is well lit. The other side is really dark. I'm waiting for another light ring to come, so I'm using temporary light rings over here. So forgive me for the little bit of lighting weirdness going on. So let's put that to the side. So this is what I've been working on, just some random panels. And of course, you have to treat these. You have to put something on the top of them after they're dry. And I've tried two different things, okay? The Dolans, and I've used, this is not the one that I used, is it? Or is this the one? I think this was the one that I used. I used a matte varnish, okay? This isn't enough. I found out it wasn't enough. I was going in and I was finding out the paint was still coming off. So this is the way to go. Dolan's wax medium. So this was actually fun to do. And then I'll show you the process of how I did that. Okay? So anyway, there's just, it just goes, I think I'm going to do something similar to this in this painting right now. And so that's what I've been up to. So we're going to grab one of these panels. This one's already got something on it. I'll save that one for later. Okay. This is the watercolor ground on here. So how it's going to react will be interesting because I haven't tried it yet. So I've got some of my brushes here. Well, I don't have all of them. That's, had that one stored upside down. That was a big no-no. Okay, that's good enough. I think I can work with that. Nail polish stuff sitting there. Okay, I've just got a mess of blue here, and that's what I'm going to use for my sky. Use whatever blues you have, use whatever colors you have. This isn't like a color dropping session. I'm not going to be giving that because here's the thing. I want you guys to be able to create on your own and use your own colors that you have and express yourself with the colors that you like. If I'm dropping all this information, it's not allowing you to be creative, take ideas, and go try it on your own. I'm just giving you information so you can copy. And I don't want you to do that so much. You need to do it to a degree, but there's also a point where you actually have to have some creative license. So use what you have. So, okay, so right now it's got a little bit of a drag, much like the regular canvas. Whereas the one that's treated for watercolor it doesn't have that drag to it. And by drag, I mean, it feels almost gritty and kind of mean to your brush almost. So. Now, if I want to have a little fun here, I could get my white out. And I could drop just a little bit of that in and create a cool effect with some white watercolor. Gives just a little bit of clouds. And be prepared when you're working on these canvases. You have to be prepared to grab excess water, okay? Because there's not much, it will sit on the surface. So you're gonna have to have your tissue. I use just toilet tissue. It's thin, it's 1 ply. There's no print on it. As you can see, there's no print on it. So it works perfect, it doesn't transfer. Now I am seeing a little bit of the brush marks from the watercolor ground in the sky. I don't particularly like that. I don't know if you guys can actually see that. Let's see. You can see the lines. So anyway, let's just keep going. Okay, now I want a little bit smaller brush. What I was working with there was just a number 12 Watercolor Sable by Winsor Newton Professional, number 12 round. Now I'm going to use a silver black velvet round, number 8. And again, I'm just using random greens that I have. And I'm just going to go in, and you know what I'm going to do also? I'm just going to go in with just a little bit more of that blue and just randomly put some in down here, okay? Again, going in with my greens. And this is a really easy one to paint. So I'm just doing this little brush technique, keeping it really loose and just barely hitting the tip onto the canvas. And now as I go in, I'm loading up this brush straight in to the pigment because now I'm trying to create some depth. Okay, let's have a little fun and change it up just a little bit. Let's get a liner brush. Now, I think I'm just gonna add just a little bit, no, not blue, maybe just some kind of pink color. Just gonna make a little bit darker pigment here, kind of like a brown almost. And I'm just gonna drop just a few of those in. So feels like there's some grasses in there mixed with the flowers. Okay. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Now, I'm just gonna go in with that number 8. And now I'm just gonna pick some colors. Again, I'm not going to name drop colors. I'm just gonna pick several different ones that I have here and just go with it. And the thing also about the canvases are, it's not really absorbing much, so the colors are very bold. not even showing up. There it goes. Had some flying way up. Now, let's have a little fun. I am gonna name drop one here. This one's Opera. This is Hoblin, however you say it. I'll drop a little bit of that. Oops. Just keeping it really loose. Now, what we could do here is we could just add some white back in. By just putting like just a few white flowers. Looks like it's going a little crazy over here. It must be a lot of water. Okay, now I could go in with some more really dark green. Just connect very loosely connecting these. I'm not like sitting here and saying, oh, this one needs a stem and therefore I must make a stem there. Then it doesn't look right. So just kind of haphazardly throw them in. And as light as a feather. Work very, very light. So I think I'm good with that except for a couple little spots. Whoops. Just gonna go in with just a little green. There's a couple canvas spots here that are poking through that are just really, I guess that's kind of neat because it just adds light into the painting. I'm gonna close it in all the way. Okay. Now it does look a little weird. Okay. So there we go. Now let's do this. So this will dry. And then when this is dry, then let's just take this one and you go in with your Dolans. And I found the best way to do this is just go in with your finger like that. Now, because if it was a fresh painting, this is getting its second coat. If it was fresh, work very gently, like a feather, okay? And do this, okay? And coat everything very gently. I tried it with a palette knife. It went on too thick. And then I was having to pull off a bunch. And then I tried it with a cloth, and I just didn't feel like I could tell what was really happening. And then I did this with my fingers, and I'm like, oh, this is, okay, so this has been treated, so I'll just finish this out a little bit more. It's like putting hand cream on, okay? You know, when you put it all over yourself, you can feel where it is and where it needs to go. Same thing here, okay? So just, the whole thing is covered. It's nice and slick and greasy. And then close your stuff up. Then just take some paper towel. This is the best I've found. And just go in and grab the excess. And then just let it dry. Now, because this was my second coat, I was able to do that, okay? If this was your first coat, what I suggest is you're gonna go in there really soft, okay? And you're gonna get it all wet. Don't go like this then, okay? You don't want anything to move around underneath. So you gently put everything on. Not heavy, okay? A very thin, nice coat, because you'll end up doing several of these. And then you're gonna let this sit and dry for maybe an hour or so. And then you can come in and just lightly, like a feather, lightly kind of remove excess, okay? And then let that dry. Then, after it's dried overnight or whatever, you can come in and do this. Or if it's your second coat or your third coat, then you can go in and you don't have to worry that you're gonna disturb anything underneath, because this has already been sealed. It's just getting a couple coats. And do you have to do a couple coats? No, probably not. But as you can see, I'm still pulling off a little bit of pigment from somewhere. I'm not sure where I'm getting that. Maybe it's from the back. So that goes on the little easel. You can get little easels and bada-bing, and there you go. Cute as could be. Okay, so that goes over here. You guys want to do another one? Should we do another one? Okay, let's do another one. Okay, let's get the sky down. I'm just picking random blues. Got a lot bluer sky going on here. Okay, now I do like that white watercolor in there, so I'm just going to drop just a little bit of that in. And my hands feel tacky. They're kind of tacky from that, what do you want to call it? From that Dolan's wax. Okay, let's just put, I'm just gonna put just a little bit of a purple color back here. And maybe just some. Okay, I'm just gonna keep dragging some color through this way. Now I'm just gonna scumble in some color here into the back horizon. Again, going in with darker, just dropping in things. Sorry if I'm getting quiet, you guys. I'm just in my zone here. Let's bring a little bit. I think this is an indigo. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's have a little fun with spray. Oh, I wanted to show you something. That plastic that I pulled off of my, I wonder if this is wet enough. Let's just put a little bit more down. Some blue. Go ahead and put that on. And pull it up. I'll have texture immediately. Okay? So that's kind of a cool effect. Doesn't quite work like that on, it's kind of fading out a little bit because it's sitting on the surface. Okay, so go ahead and get some distress spray stain. All of these links are in my store, my Amazon store that I'm affiliate of. So if you can go to the description box, go to the store, and it'll take you to my store and all the products that I suggest. Okay. And now I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna put some foreground spray down, and I'm just going to block certain areas with my screen. I know it's hard for you guys to see what I'm doing when I put that down. And now I'm gonna go in and block a certain area, and I'm gonna do the tops of the trees. And go over here. I have to spin this. I can't work upside down like that. Hold on. Okay. And I just have a little, this is, I made this little splatter screen. It works really great, and then you can go in and you can wipe it off if you want, or you can just let it, you know, get dirty. You just take a little water and just wipe it all off, because it's coated with acrylic, so you can keep it clean, or you can clean it up however you want. I'm just gonna let mine get really dirty. This is just from a box of saltine crackers, and I just coated it. And so that's my splatter screen. So I'll put that to the side. So that's where I am with this right now. So now I'm seeing some interesting effects happening in the trees where the water may have been sitting. And this is really very, I like the feel of this. I think this almost needs just a few little details, and that's about it. So right now I'm gonna use some of this spray ink as my paint. I think my light ring, my new light ring for this side has just arrived. The truck is out front. Yay. Okay. I'm not digging what's going on there, so I'm gonna just put just a little bit of, and if you spray at the screen, it'll help not put too much down. Let that go sit to the side. Going to bring some white highlights in. And what's nice about the canvases, you guys, is it's easy to remove, real easy to correct mistakes. You can actually go in and put this under water and rinse this all off and start over. Don't get it over wet, but you can kind of go in and just erase things. I'm all for that. I'm just going in, just making a few little grasses here. Make little suggestions. I'm not going to overdo this one. This one's going to be very quiet and simple. Now, what I might do, just a little bit of, I want to put just a little bit of depth in the back. I'm just going to throw just a little bit of indithrown into some of the areas. Indithrown blue. not too much. And if it's too much, just back it off. Too much. I feel like I'm killing it with that endothrone here. I feel like I may have put too much in. The softness, I put too much down. So I like it, but it just needs to be minimal. This is still heavy right there. So I'm just gonna go in and grab just a little bit more. Took some of that green out. I got to put it back in. Now, what we could have fun with here is we could put some little flowers here. Maybe we bring in a little bit of a yellow. If I hate it, I can pop it out. Just a few. So it looks like there's something dancing around. And this can dry, and then you can go in and add to it. I've noticed that too, that as it dries, sometimes you'll need to go in and maybe do another layer. Trying to do it all in one sitting here. I'm playing too much and I'm gonna lose the whole. So anyway, that's my little tutorial for you guys on a field of flowers and just a meadow. And like I said, this has been a ton of fun. So, and these are not expensive. I got a 5-pack of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of these. And this was $4.99. And then every other week at Hobby Lobby, their Master's Touch brand is 50 off. So you can get 5 of these for $2.50. So look what you can do for minimal amount of money. And these are great little gifts for somebody. You know, you could stick it in a card. It would fit right in. And perfect little present. And they're fun and they're easy. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And I do have a Facebook group if you'd like to come join me over there. It doesn't cost anything to join the group. It's a great place for you to show me if you did your canvas and you want to show it to me. It's a great place to post your work. that you've learned on my channel. I don't really particularly like a bunch of random stuff in there. I like it pertaining to what we're kind of working on. So you can come there and post away, and just have to answer a few questions when you get to the group. So please do answer those questions and read the rules before you enter. And until next time, you guys, we're gonna get back to probably doing some flowers. I've been away from them. I've been doing a lot of seascapes lately. I did this one yesterday. Look at how pretty this thing turned out. I did this seascape yesterday. I did this on a Bockingford. Actually, I did two. That one didn't turn out. I did this on the back side, and this side ended up turning out. This is on hot press, and you get some really cool effects on the hot press. So I did that. So I've been doing a lot of seascapes. So I'm ready to do some flowers. And maybe that'll be coming. I'm not sure. I hate to say what's ahead because sometimes there's glitches along the way. Just to get this video out seemed like I was hitting glitch after glitch. But anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this small informative tutorial. And until next time, talk to you later. Bye. Well, I guess I won't talk to you. I'm talking to myself. But I'm talking to you guys. But you can't talk back. Well, I guess you can leave me messages. That would be nice. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the comment and leave a comment. I love when you guys leave me a comment. And that also, when you hit the like button and when you hit the comment and when you comment, that actually triggers something in the algorithms or what, who knows how that all works. But the more interaction that happens, the more it projects me out there. I'm just been kind of creeping along. I would think I would be moving along a little bit faster. So if you could do that, that would greatly appreciate it. And again, I'm part of the Amazon affiliate group. So if you'd like to know some of the products that I use, go check that store out. I do make a small commission, but it doesn't come out of your pocket, but it helps me. I make a small commission. So until next time, bye you guys.